Okay, we've got it on the bed of the pickup truck here, on the tailgate, and got the back wheel off. That was a real pain getting the nut off there. It's so rusty. I ended up having to put vice grips on it, and then got the wheel off. Then this one here for the handlebar ended up, well, when I went to loosen it, it just snapped off and broke, which was fine. Easier that way. So yeah, this mower is definitely kind of cheesy. They instead of having like a lot of other mowers, well, I guess the Murray's bolted straight to the deck on the other side, so that was a cheap way of doing it. But this here is just like a cheap way of doing it, just a little different. Cut a slit in here and just stick the handlebars in there and then assemble it with one bolt. I guess you have a little up and down movement, so I guess you have more free play than with the up and down and with the solid Murray ones, I guess. But something funny I noticed is, so that's what it looks like from the inside. There's the handlebar sticking down there. So notice how we got two holes. So we've got two adjustments on here as if we wanted to make the handlebars any shorter. But what's really funny is notice how that one's on the bottom hole. This one was on the top hole. So whoever assembled this mower, unless the handlebars were crooked or they evened them out, or else they assembled it in the wrong hole and they always had this thing would have always had crooked handlebars. Unless the handlebars, like I said, are crooked, and that was their way of straightening it out. I don't know, but I find that kind of funny. Looks pretty cruddy underneath. This would be expected. Probably never cleaned. Maybe a few times, but obviously it wasn't cleaned the last time it was ran. I'm just hoping the rest of the bolts are easier to get out because I want to raise it up all the way. And of course, it like even how the Murrays or any of these mowers where they bolt directly to the deck. Any of the other cheap mowers, they bolt directly to the deck and then the frame cracks, the deck cracks. So, yeah. So, I've got this piece goes on like that. So, gonna try, I don't know. It's pretty bent up, like it's got a little curve to it, unless it just got bent, I don't know. I'm gonna try to just make a straight piece of metal run up through there. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. And then mount it up here and down. We'll see. So I got this old bracket. I believe is off of a footrest off of an old recliner chair. I'm thinking this here's gonna be what I'm after. Not the same thickness. A little thinner down here, but I guess that's right, unless I want to go down farther. Actually, I could cut it down farther. Can try. All right, here you go. This is what I did. It's a bracket, little handlebars now. It'll work for now. I'm sure that side's gonna go. I'll probably go out and mow with it, and that side will crack. But so brackets bolted on, handlebars, bolt here, and so what I did with this, it's got the bolt going through, the nut on the back side, snugged just till it'll barely turn, and then a nut on this end here, the lock washer to here, and these two are cranked down tight, so that way I can pivot just a little bit, but it's not too loose. I had to use that other nut, that one, to space it over. Apparently the old piece was like kind of at an angle or something, or it was kind of shaped, I don't know. Anyway, not going to have as much play as I thought it was going to, but it'll wear in, and I'm sure this deck's going to crack eventually anyway because of its design. So eventually it'll probably need a big metal plate on top with maybe a normal bracket up there. I don't know, figure that out later. But this is cracked. I don't like that, but I'm gonna try to put the wheel on all the way up, maybe a bigger washer if I have one, and we'll see. I gotta see if I can get these other wheels lowered down too, because where I want to mow with it, this is set too low. So we'll be back. Still seems to run and mow pretty good. And I don't know if I mentioned this already in the video or not, but I was wrong about the wheels. They actually are 7-inch wheels. I don't know why. They just look smaller, so. But not a bad mower. Probably sound like I was bad-mouthing it in the other part of the video. Really, I wasn't. It's actually a good little mower, honestly. It's just, it was just an inexpensive mower when it was new. It wasn't a real expensive one. But any air cap stuff is kind of neat to me, interesting to me. So I'm more interested in the older stuff, but this would be kind of like the end of the air cap stuff. I'm pretty sure. I think they made stuff through the 90s and disappeared. You don't really see it too much. So we got one more thing we got to do, and we got to get the rope up here. That's what we're going to do next. So we've just got a new eye bolt here. There's already holes in here. One of these holes probably was the one that was originally would have had the piece on, or that would have went on. But we're going to use this. I think I'm going to put it there. It can always be adjusted later or changed. That's kind of lower, I guess, but that's probably okay. So we're going to get that mounted there, and then we'll show it all done. Okay, we got it on there. Works good. There's enough rope on there. Apparently something happened here. I don't know what to the original one. Who knows? And but the rope's long enough, so when it's here, you pull it out. It has enough to turn over to start it. So it's good. Though this rope is probably got a little bit of life left, but it's probably going to need to be replaced eventually. But much use as this mower will be seeing, it'll probably be fine. Well, that's probably going to be it for this one. I did change the oil. The oil was black. I don't know if it was ever changed in its life. Probably not, unfortunately. But carburetor seems to be holding up. May have to change my opinion on the VacuJet carburetors a little bit. Don't seem too bad. It has its little quirks. I don't think they suck the tank dry as good as a PulsaJet. Power performance may not be as good. Yeah, but they work. Of course, that one probably could use a new diaphragm in it, but as long as it seems to be pumping, I'm not going to touch it. As long as it seems to work. Choke seems to be operating, so I just gave it a good sharp pull here with the rope up there, and it started right up on the idle, so can't complain about that. It doesn't need to be washed, but go to wash it, it's going to blow 50% of the paint off of it. It really needs to be repainted, but it does still have the decal on the front. Once that, I guess, peels up and comes off, maybe I'll repaint it. But I'll probably give it a light wash and then do another video, a show and tell video of it or something. But for now, old Master Cut lawnmower by AirCap from the early 1990s.